Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. Tonight is the 24th match of the IPL, and it's a show-off between Rajasthan Royals and Gujarat Titans. Rajasthan Royals have continued their unbeaten streak and are looking super strong this season, whereas Gujarat Titans have only won two out of the five matches that they have played. I am Gargi Raut, and joining me today for this show is Ishan Shahane, Devashish Sen, and Bharat Ramraj. Ishan, what do you think, so far in the tournament? Gujarat Titans have played five matches. What are your thoughts on their performances so far?
Yes, Gagi, it's been a mixed bag of a performance for the Gujarat Titans. It's not obviously the best start, but it's not the worst either. This is a team that has a new leadership under Shubman Gill, so obviously there will be time for the team to get adjusted to the new roles and the new duties. But I think this again is a strong side, and unfortunately, they're missing out key players like David Miller as well, which has hurt them. Last year, David Miller had a major role to play. Unfortunately, he's out with an injury at the moment. So the team's strength has been reduced because of all of this. But the Gujarat Titans is still a strong side. But what's amazing to see is this time, Gagi, is that all these sides seem really strong. So you can't really figure out which team has the upper hand. Probably now the Royals, we can say, have the upper hand because they're the single team that's gone on to win all the matches. But besides that, all teams look really strong. But the Gujarat Titans, I feel, will miss some of just the firepower that they have, and I think that's why they're lacking at the moment.
Devashish, you're clearly supporting Gujarat Titans tonight. And like Ishan said, has captaincy change really affected Gujarat Titans more than they must have, expected?
More than the captains, I would say the injury, the form of the batters has let them down. Means obviously, if you look at the Shubman Gill, he hasn't got the start is what is expected of him. Means maybe you are right. Maybe the added pressure of captaincy. But then when you talk about David Miller, he has scored runs consistently all in the recent past in all recent IPL seasons. But that was not the case. Vijay Shankar has lost his form, and then it was surprising to see they have not played neither Avinav Manohar, who has done well in the last season, neither they have gone in with Shahrukh Khan, who was brought in by a big amount. So a lot of concerns. The form of Rashid Khan is another area. I mean, Rashid has not looked bowler he has been. Obviously, we did discuss in our morning show that he is coming back from an injury, so that might have hurt the Gujarat Titans. So a lot of problems and is well reflected in their position in the league table. They are right now at seventh. So and it will be a tough ask because Rajasthan Royals has been the team to beat this so far this season.
And Bharat, looking at the team, do you think Gujarat Titans can make a comeback? Of course, it's a long tournament.
There is a long tournament, one match in this T20 league phase. It's very unpredictable format. Anyone can beat anyone. At least in IPL, anyone can beat anyone. So on the given day, if GT win a match, they can get momentum, little bit of momentum. Obviously, they have problems in that side. Their batting has some problems. If you look at their batting, they perhaps depend a little too much on David Miller somewhere. But the league-based tournament, one victory, and you can just get momentum, 2-3 wins in a row. So it's a very unpredictable format. We have seen it in the past as well. So obviously, Rajasthan Royals are the favorites to win this match, but in a T20 tournament, league-based tournament, especially in the IPL, I won't rule out other team.
And Ishan, RR's unbeaten streak, we also have to talk about that. They have always been good, but what has made them so dangerous this time around? What do you think?
I think it's just that the team's working really well together, Gagi. I think that's been the key factor here, and everyone has decided to put their hand up and deliver when it's needed. So we saw Riyan Parag do it in a few games. Joss Butler did it the last game. Sanju Samson, the captain, has performed well. He's seeming more consistent, which will only help the Royals' chances. So in the previous season, in my opinion, the Royals faltered because the team together never really delivered. It was just about Sanju Samson getting that 100 or Jaiswal getting that quick 50, and the rest would possibly fail. But this time around, I think it's more of a collective effort. The bowlers are also doing well. Trent Bolt up front has bowled well. Yes, he's been smashed around a few times as well, but overall he's been bowling well. So the team combinations are working, and this side looks like a side that really believes. They know how to they know exactly what they want to execute, and they're doing exactly that on the field, Yagi. So I think that's making the biggest difference here. And I feel they're playing fearless cricket. At the end of the day, you want to play cricket which is fearless, and that's what they're doing.
And Devashish, Yashashvi Jaiswal's form is on and off right now. Not what we're used to seeing from Yashashvi, but that goes hand in hand with his risky approach. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. The Yashasvi has failed to get going. Means, obviously, his highest score has been only 24, which is unexpected from Yashasvi, given the form he has been for India in the Test series against England, and he has done well for India across the format. So that is something a bit of a concern with Rajasthan Royals, because as Ishan said, each one there has been contributions from each most in that Rajasthan Royals team, be it a Sanju Samson or a Josh Butler or in Trent Bolt. But then only area where Rajasthan Royals would like to feel is Yashasvi Jaiswal coming back into form. So today might be the case. Obviously, toss is being delayed because of the rain. So, but we have seen runs, plenty of runs on that Swai Mansingh Stadium wicket. So, I don't see. We might again see a belter of a track, Dargi.
Yes, and it seems like the pitch is still covered, so we'll I think have to wait a little bit more for the toss to happen. But till then, Bharat, in the last game against RCB, what did you think of Sanju Samson's decisions when it came to the bowling lineup?
Yeah, he's a very good captain. You see, the way he used someone like Parag just for an over as a part-time bowler, that really helped as well the Rajasthan Royals side, because the RCB batters were going after the pace bowlers, so it just gave him a bit of buffer. His field placements, I think Sanju Samson was really good. The way he used Andre Burger as well. He could have used Trent Bolt in the 19th over, but he went for Burger. That was a gut feel that you have to give it to him. I think he's a very shrewd captain, one of the best captains at least in the IPL. Just wanted to add one point. I heard you guys talking about rain, so a little bit of moisture might seep under the covers as well. So if that happens, then you might see a little bit of at least sea movement up front. Let's see whether it will seep under the covers, a little bit of moisture. When rain comes, you usually get a little bit of moisture up front.
You're on mute, Gagi.
My bad.
Yeah.
But Ishan, I was asking you, along with Gujarat Titans' hot and cold form, as a whole, we're also seeing, Shubman Gill not at his best. What do you have to say? Is it still too early to judge?
Yeah, Shubman Gill hasn't been at his best, and maybe Devashish is right here that the captaincy pressure might be seeking in. But you want him to fire. He's your number one batter, and he's the captain leading the side, so the captain has to lead from the front. So Shubman Gill, it's probably a little too early to say, but again, just someone who can really take the game away from Yugagi. So I think Shubman Gill is one of those. You can't you don't find players that often like Shubman Gill. So I feel he's someone who has to be given a slightly bit of time here, because he has a new role as well. But once he gets used to that new role, I feel he can really cause a lot of damage. So I think it's about giving him some time and getting him used to the whole situation, which will not happen in a few games. Maybe some more games for him, and once he gets settled in, I think he can be a threat. But batting wise, I feel he's always got the class. The class will always remain. It just needs a couple more games for him to get going.
Devashish, I know you spoke about Gill a little bit, but your thoughts on his batting performance so far?
Yes, I somehow agree with Ishan. Means obviously Gill needs to fire. Means obviously he's the premier batter in that side along with David Miller. So and that has been the concerning area for Gujarat. But then they have got starts. It's not that they haven't got starts in the 5 matches. They have been getting starts, but they have failed to capitalize in the middle overs. See, they have been scoring runs around 8 and 8.5 runs per over in the power play, but they haven't got going in the power play in the middle overs, and that has been the major concern for Gujarat. Obviously, that is why David Miller's role is very important. Means Miller used to score to dominate the batting when it comes to in the middle overs along with Rahul Tewatia. But then if Miller doesn't play, then you have a Kane Williamson who has failed to get going. Means obviously again that question mark of strike rate being a major issue. So Gujarat has not got it right when it comes to their batting order, because they need some firepower in that middle order. When someone like a Avinav Manohar or a Shah Rukh Khan might as well do wonders. Means, who knows? Means obviously, as we have seen yesterday as well, the knock played by Reddy, Nitish Reddy. Means you want those kind of knocks to actually push that total. Means obviously, all of a sudden you can see that total of 160, 170 can end up being 190, which could be a winning total in a T20 game. So that has not been clicking for Gujarat Times, but then the sooner the better for them.
Bharat, your thoughts on Gill and his performance?
See, in T20 format, it could be one shot, couple of shots that you will suddenly feel that he's in good rhythm, good batting rhythm. So it comes down to whether he can get those couple of shots away right at the start of an innings, and I think he'll be fine in this format. Yeah, maybe at times he doesn't get the, what can you say, gears right in T20 cricket. Uh, but in this format, it's all, see, batting is all about having that feel. He has done it before. Uh, just needs to get a couple of shots away. It might be a cover drive or a punch or something like that, and suddenly he will feel like, yeah, I'm back in form, and get some runs. It happened with Josh Butler as well. He was in such wretched form. Suddenly, Duggar came into the attack. He hit him for 20 runs, and he was completely different batter from that stage of the inning. So, yeah, that's all what I can say about Gill. He's done it before, and he knows he can do it again. So, it's a matter of hitting a couple of shots somewhere.
Well, it seems like a few of the covers are coming off and players are now warming up. So we're having the match, that's for sure now. Ishan, do you think this little rain can change the conditions a little bit or no?
The conditions will be altered a bit, Gagi, but not too much because it hasn't rained for a long time. But so I don't think the players might be thinking too much about that. They'll be thinking about their plans, what they decided early on before the game even started. But obviously, with a little rain, maybe some tactical changes might be made, but not too much. However, I feel it's an even contest again today. It's going to be, even though Gujarat Titans have not been performing to their best, I think Shubman Gill would have a reason to go out there and perform, because we've been speaking so much about Shubman Gill. So I think he has a reason to go out there and perform, and Jaiswal as well, because with the T20 selection coming up, Jaiswal has been a fantastic performer, but the IPL performances will really matter. So I think it's time for Jaiswal to be firing up the order as well with Josh Butler, and I think I'm really excited to see that.
Devashish, any particular matchups that you're excited to see tonight?
Yeah, obviously talking about matchups, I would love to see the matchup between Josh Butler and Rashid Khan. Obviously, Rashid has had a very has tested success against Gujarat Titans, having got Butler and Simran Hetmyer for at least 3 times. I was going through some stats, and so that is something heartening for Gujarat Titans camp. But then the major concern is Rashid Khan has not fired so far. He has only picked 5 wickets, but has gone for plenty. So that to me has been worrying. But then the form, Butler and Samsungs and the Hetmyers are in, and it will be challenging. But then talking about the moisture, obviously with the rain creep, as Bharat rightly said, with a little bit of moisture creeping in with the rain, means it won't be a bad idea to bowl, because the kind of bowling Rajasthan Royals has in the armory, the likes of Trent Bolt and Avesh Khan and Andre Barger. So I think they might as well utilize, if they can make an early inroads. Who knows? Means we can they can restrict the Gujarat Titans total for a achievable target. So, but then it will be interesting with whether the team winning the toss decides to bowl first on this track.
Bharat, what do you think? What are some matchups you're excited to see?
Oh, maybe Gill versus sorry, maybe Gill versus Nandri Burger could be one of the matchups to watch out for. Gill is a good player of pace, but occasionally doesn't load up his back foot. So maybe Nandri Burger's in swinger could also come in the equation if there's a little bit of moment, and he has a good in swinger. So that could be one of the matchups to watch out for. As far as moisture is concerned, see, depends on how much moisture would have seeped under. These days, they use state of the art covers, Hessen covers, drainage systems are also very good. So I don't know how much moisture would have seeped under, but if there's a little bit of moisture has seeped under, then definitely you will see a little bit of movement up front.
And Ishan, going back to GT's performances throughout this tournament, do you think it's the GT bowling lineup that isn't exactly up to the mark? You're on mute, Ishan.
Yes, in a way you're right, Gagi, but I still feel it's a bit of both. You want your batters to also fire up the order, and you want that middle order to also deliver. So you can't. I think it'll be unfair to blame just the bowlers here, but obviously a more tactical bowling, probably bowling performance would have helped the Titans, but unfortunately that's not happened. But having said that, I feel Shubman Gill as well should have really been performing much better by now. But again, like we discussed, it's a matter of time until he goes out and gives his best performance. But blaming it solely on the bowlers, I feel, would be a little unfair. So maybe they don't have that sort of depth because Rashid Khan is that impact player, that X factor that they have. But again, he's not been giving those sort of performances that we're used to seeing him do on a regular basis. So I feel they're missing out there because in the past reports, Rashid Khan was actually one of the leading wicket takers, had a economy rate of under 6, if I'm not mistaken. And this year he's bowling well, but hasn't had the similar impact. So I think Rashid Khan not giving or not being able to get his best out there is hurting him.
And I know we haven't had the toss yet, but a few fun facts. Yuzvendra Chahal is all set to feature in his 150th IPL match, whereas Sanju Samson is playing his 50th game as skipper in the IPL. But Debashish, your predictions before we leave the show.
And
Who's
obviously,
winning?
don't go with the jersey I'm wearing. Means I would I would say that Rajasthan Royals are firm favorites given the momentum they are in with. Means obviously 4 wins out of 4, and with the contributions from each, they look like the team to beat so far. Means only undefeated side in the IPL so far. So I would say Rajasthan Royals firm favorites.
What about you, Bharat? Your prediction?
Oh, I already said T20 format is very unpredictable, but still want to ask me. Obviously, on paper, if I look at logic, then Rajasthan Royals should win. But I remember a few days ago, maybe some days ago, I was here in one of the programs where SRH looked like a much better side than GT, but it was GT who won that day. So as I said, in this especially league-based format, GT too can win, but on paper, definitely Royals look like the better side.
Ishan, clearly you're supporting the
Yes, so
pink.
I'm definitely going to be supporting the Royals, and I feel Rajasthan Royals have the upper hand as well, Kagi. So, this is the side that's really working well together, and Gujarat haven't really found that X factor as of yet. Rashid Khan as well hasn't delivered. So, I feel, unless Shubman Gill, Rashid Khan really fire for them, then they have a chance. Otherwise, Royals all the way through.
Well, we have the answer then. It's Rajasthan Royal are the favorites going into this match tonight, based on their performances as well. But we'll be ending our show right now. We'll see you tomorrow as well before the match tomorrow. Until then, stay tuned to Rev Sports.